In this video, I'm going to talk about the Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast concert from Mexico City on September 7th, 2022. I'm just going to talk about the show. I have a few short clips I'll add in throughout the video. Hopefully they don't get blocked. So let's get into it. Just a little background first. I've been living in Mexico City for about 12 years now. I've been to a few concerts over the past years. It's a city that does not get every major artist, but when a band comes around, the show is like usually very big. So I have seen Roger Waters, Radiohead, Earth, Wind and Fire, and Metallica. I actually saw Metallica twice in Mexico City. The last one being with the Hardwired to Self-Destruct tour. That was actually my last show before the pandemic. So yes, Iron Maiden is my first post-pandemic concert in Mexico, and it was worth the wait. So let's talk about the venue called Foro Sol. It's an outdoor venue, very big. I have seen a few concerts there. We bought our tickets kind of late, so we were towards the back. The picture you're seeing here was taken from the band's Facebook page, and you can see where we were sitting. As you can see, the venue is very big. I think at one point in the concert, Bruce said that it was their biggest crowd with over 65,000 people. The show opened with the band Mastodon. I think on this tour, the band Trivium has been opening, but for Mexico City, Mastodon was the opener. And I'm glad they did, since it's a band I have gotten into recently. They played a few hits like Oblivion, Blood and Thunder, Tear Drinker from the last album, so I'm glad I got to hear that. Really good opening act, and the set lasted maybe like 45 minutes or so. Now it's time for Iron Maiden. So at this point, the venue started to fill up almost to capacity. And they start to show, as usual, they kind of play the recording of that UFO song, Doctor, Doctor. Which is funny because, you know, I'm with my wife and she asked me kind of like what's going on. Because everything is like still dark. And I told her like this is kind of how the band like opens their sets. Then, you know, the sets have been changing throughout the shows. But at this show, they opened with 3 songs from the new album. Senjutsu, Stratego, and then The Writing on the Wall. These are all great songs. Then the backdrop was similar to like the artwork inside the album. You got the Samurai Eddie, and at one point during the songs, you know, that was really cool. And there were a few songs that these were actually the only new songs that they played, and the rest were classics. So the next song was Revelations, one of my favorites from the Peace of Mind albums. That's a really great song. They did Blood Brothers from the Brave New World album, another great one from the more modern album. I love that song a lot. Then Sign of the Cross. This was from the X Factor album. Now, I'm surprised they played this. I know they did play songs from those 2 Blaze albums, but, you know, a lot of people complain about the X Factor, you know, not a great album, but this was probably one of the best performances of the night. Really cool costumes, the whole setup, the whole like illuminated cross. It was really great. Then Flight of Icarus from Peace of Mind. That was cool. They had this like big winged creature in the background. Then they followed up with the song that I was anticipating the most, Fear of the Dark. One of my top Iron Maiden songs, and just one of those songs like I always wanted to see live. So I was happy they played that. Then Hallowed Be Thy Name, really cool stage setup with this like mini prison cell thing. Then they went into one of their classics, The Number of the Beast. This was really cool. It was like very dark and sinister, lots of pyrotechnics. They had this whole stage setup, and that was really like one of the best of the night. And then they closed with the main set with Iron Maiden from their first album. They did 2 encores, so they came back with The Trooper, Then another song from the Blaze era, The Klansman, which is another one of my favorite songs from the Virtual 11 album, and Run Through the Hills. And then they left again. Then one more encore, which was the Churchill speech, followed by Aces High. And the end playing with, they play like a tape recording of Monty Python's Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. That's all. I'm probably seeing a few more concerts before the end of the year. I'm looking to see Roger Waters. This is not a drill. Hopefully next month. I still don't have tickets, but most likely I will be seeing that. And the Hell in Heaven Fest is coming in December. If I get tickets, it's a big event, and I will do like multiple video reviews and blogs on that one. If I get to see that one, it just has so many bands. I recommend just like looking it up online just to see the whatever it's called, the set list. And that's all. Thanks for watching. You know, my voice is a little off today because anyway, the concert, and I'll see you in the next one.